can't just imagine that again another season has come to an end and we are trophyless. And let me tell you, yes, we are trophyless, but all these are blamed to the management of Arsenal Football Club. And these are the people that include the manager himself, Arteta, the technical bench, the owners of the club. These are the people that are making this club to be a club that is called Next Season FC. We've been called names. We've been humiliated in terms of other rival fans talking bad about us as Arsenal Football Club, and all these are blamed to the team management, the management of the team. Tell me why you begin a season knowing that you know your weaknesses, and yet you cannot be able to solve these weaknesses. You have a problem in your striking line. Yes, the midfield has been good. The defense has been good. A few mistakes here and there in the defense. But the problem has always been the center line. And this is something that we've known all along for the last 2-3 seasons, that we have a problem in the line, in the center forward line. We are talking of the center forward, the wings, both the left wing and the right wing. Because these are the players that have been struggling to get us goals. The only person that I can say that has been good and has been performing well in the last 2-3 seasons is Saka. And you see, when Saka is off, when Saka is not performing, then the whole front line is not performing, because he's the person who has been giving pressure or been giving pressure to rival defenders. And when he is not doing well, when he's not at his, when he's not good at all, then we struggle as a team. I remember we had Aubameyang when he was in Arsenal, and Arsenal had to let him go. But the mistake that we did, we never ensured that we solved that problem by getting another forward line, another center forward player. And you remember when Aubameyang was in Arsenal, he actually got he got a Golden Boot, I think twice. And the period then, he was our best striker. He could give us goals. He gave us more than 20 goals in a season. That is in the Premier League. Right now, when you look at our players, all our players that we have, no player has hit over 15 goals in the Premier League. The match, or that player who has scored more goals, I think is scored roughly, I don't know if it's about 10 or less than 10. So that tells you that we have a problem. And this problem, if it cannot be solved, then as Arsenal Football Club, we have a problem and we have a long way to go. Look, yesterday we played with PSG. Yes, in the first few minutes of that game, the first 20 minutes, we dominated. We dominated that game. We dominated that game. In the midfield, we were on top. But now when it came to finishing, that's where we had a problem. And if that problem cannot be solved, then I think it's high time Arteta just to resign and leave that position. And if the board or the owners of the club, the Kroenkes, if they cannot support Arteta in getting right players and or invest or give support financially in getting good players, then they better sell the club to those people who can come, investors who can come and invest in that football club, Arsenal Football Club. We as fans, we are the ones who are feeling the pain. We as fans, we are the ones who feel that pinch. Anytime we begin a season, we begin so well, but towards the end of the season, we let it go. We bottled it last season, and again this season we bottled it, and I don't know why we cannot be able to take that initiative of ensuring that we do things right when we need to do it right. In January, we knew that Arsenal needed a striker, but yet we did nothing to get that striker in. Yes, you might say, or what Arsenal normally says, that when you get the right player who believes in our project, that's when you can get them. But let me tell you, it's not that Arsenal, their players are not out there. They are players, and you can go get them. Let me tell you, or let me ask you a question. What is the need of having few players, about 3 or 4 good players, and the rest are just players who cannot even qualify to be in a substitute or in a bench of clubs like Barcelona, clubs like Manchester City, clubs like Liverpool? There's no need. We have lots of deadwood players in Arsenal who need to be sold. We need to get rid of them, improve this squad so that we can be able to compete for silverwares. We have players like, let me just mention them. We have players like Trossard, Martinelli. These are players who are supposed to be sold like yesterday. We have players like as in, these players cannot take us places. We need players right now. The players that we have in Arsenal, those who are supposed to be in starting lineup, or the players who are supposed to be in the first team, or rather to be in the starting lineup, I can count them. We are talking of Saka. We are talking of Rice. We are talking of the defenders. We are talking of Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Timber, and Skelly, Lewis Skelly. Those are the players that I think those are like about 5 players. So for Arsenal going forward, if we really want to compete with the big boys and to compete for silverware, then what we need to do is just to get it right and get right players in. And I think it's high time for Andre Bata. He came in, he's seen the kind of players that we have. If indeed he wants to improve this squad, he was brought in so that he can be able to improve this squad, then he needs to go and invest massively. Go get those players, good players. We need a left-wing players. Because currently the players that we have, they're not supposed to feature in as they're not supposed to be featured as first 11 players. These players are supposed to actually be in the bench. We're talking about Martinelli, Trossard. We either sell them or they be in the bench because they're not good at all. Let me just be frank. They're not good at all. In the midfield, we need to improve that midfield. Because yes, we have Partey. Partey at times is good in this game. The other game is doing very poorly. Like yesterday in the game that we played PSG, he was so poor. So Partey, if he is going to be given an extension of his contract, then what the coach needs to do, let him be a bench player. So we need to get at least 5 good players if Arsenal really wants to compete in, or if Arsenal really wants to get to compete or get silverware, then we need to get at least 5 players. And the 5 players I mean, we need to get a striker, a proven center forward player, a player who can give you 20 goals and above in the Premier League. Once we do that, then at least Arsenal will be somewhere. We want to get a left-wing player. A left-wing player who can be able to dribble past defenders, who can be able to see a player like Kvaratskhelia is able to dribble past players. At the end of the day, is able to pass or even get a free kick. And once you get that free kick, you're punished as a club or as a team. So if you can be able to get a player who can be able to dribble and supply crosses to the people in the box in the 18 in the 18, then we can be able to compete for a silverware. But until then, still we are going to struggle. So as I've said, we need a center forward, a left wing player, a midfielder, because the current midfielders that we have, apart from Rice, the rest are just dead old players who cannot be able to support us with anything. Look at our captain. Our captain is just bogus. A player who cannot be able to make judgment when it comes to shooting. Shoot. You are outside the 18 box. There's no need of passing. Why are you looking for a place to pass? Just shoot. If you're able to hit the target, kudos. If you don't hit the target, try again. And then let me tell you, when you look at the clubs, their midfielders really support the forward line. So if you cannot be able to support the forward line, then there's no need of you being in this team. So it's high time as Arsenal Football Club, we need to really improve. I've said 3 players so far. The center forward, we're talking of number. We're talking of the left wing player. We need a midfielder who can be able to supply balls to the forward line. And if you cannot be able to supply or make decision when you need to make that decision and score when you need to score, then you don't deserve to be an Arsenal Football Club. Because Arsenal Football Club is big and it's massive. So we don't want to just have mediocrity of players. We need to have quality players who can be able to support the club, who can be able to take us forward. We need a player who can be able to, actually in that midfield we need 2 players. That's why I'm saying, apart from the 3 that I've spoken, the 4 that I've spoken to, that is that I've talked about, we're talking of the center forward, the left wing, the midfield. We need at least 2 players in the midfield. I don't know which players that we have, that we can bring, but they have good players. And then in the defense, we need a player. Because you see, when a player, we need, actually, let me say this, that Arsenal Football Club, the problem that we are having at the moment is that the players that we have cannot come in from the bench and make a difference. Look at teams like Inter Milan. When they were playing with Barcelona, the coach was able to do like about how many substitutions? Like about 4 or 5. But all the players that who came in were impactful. They were able to bring impact into that team, and that's why they were able to even outdo Barcelona. But Arsenal, the players that we have who are coming from the bench are players who cannot do much, and these are players that cannot be or cannot even qualify to be in the team, in the bench, not even in the starting lineup, but in the bench of teams like Manchester City, teams like Liverpool, teams like Barcelona, teams like AC Milan, Inter Milan, sorry, teams like PSG, teams like Real Madrid. So we need players who, the moment they come in, we know that they're bringing in new ideas. These are players who can be able to score. These are players who can motivate the players who've been playing, who had started the game from the first minute, and make them to at least make or bring a change into that squad at that moment. So until then Arsenal, we have a long way to go. We don't want to have again excuses that we tried, we were so close, yet we never made it. You can be able to tell a team, or you can be able to tell a squad, a team that has ability of winning silverwares. Look at a team like Liverpool. Liverpool throughout the season, even though the only trophy that they've been able to get this season is the English Premier League, but these are teams that you could tell they have that urge of winning, because they were able to to push, they were able to score goals. If it's time to attack, they all attack. If it's time to defend, they all defend. But the problem is that we have as Arsenal Football Club, it reaches to a point whereby we get out of ideas. And that's what our coach is all about. He gets out of ideas. We've been waiting, hoping that we're going to get something. But at the end of the day, again, this season, 2024-2025, we've come out trophyless. It's so painful. It's so painful. But again, there's nothing that much we can do as Arsenal fans. It's just to relax, wait, and see what is in store for us in the next season. So for us to achieve something, or to get anything or any silverware in the club, then we need to invest. Andre Bata, it's upon you now to get us quality players. Get us quality players, at least 5 players. The moment we get those 5 players, then at least we can be able to say, and not just any other players, not just players just to bring to bring players into Arsenal Football Club so that it looks like we've done we've signed players. No, we need players who can be able to bring change to this club, who can be able to bring change, score goals, and motivate other players, supply balls, crosses, defend, do counters. Until we do that, then we have a long way to go. But the season has been very poor for us as Arsenal Football Club. We are going out trophyless. And all this, I blame it to the management of the team, the owners of the club, and even the players themselves. It's so sad and so painful. But we are looking forward to another season, 2025, 2026, hoping that things are going to be better in the coming season. Till next time, it's your guy Big Eddie. Adios.